Well, the mercury is rising. It's getting hotter all the time here in Porto-Cervo for the final day of 52 Super Series Audi Sailing Week. Quantum Racing go on the water with a 2-point lead. Preveza are absolutely in contention, could win their first regatta. The breeze is supposed to get up to 20-22 knots. It's going to be a fantastic final day. May the best team win.
It's going to be tight, it's going to be close, there's going to be pressure everywhere, so to a certain extent it's really no different, but we'll see how we do.
You enjoy the pressure?
I don't know, that's a good question. I think I enjoy the excitement of everything and sailing and the closeness of it, and as long as we can keep it away from being pressure and we can keep it in just excitement, you get a chance to compete and be out here with all these guys, then it's better. When it's pressure, that's not as much fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're close on points. Like I've said before, any chance you have of winning an event going to the last day is pretty much all you can ask for, so we're feeling good about it.
We're third and pretty close with Preveza and Quantum, so we'll certainly go out there and do what we can to beat those guys.
Well, one notable feature of the 52 Super Series is the breadth and depth of talent all the way through the fleet. There's Volvo race winners, there's America's Cup winners, there's Olympic medalists on just about all the boats. But more and more we're seeing young talent coming into the fleet, young blood bringing a breath of fresh air.
We're always looking for bringing down the age of this team, and I think all the teams have the same issue, that we have a lot of experienced sailors, but we also need to make sure we get the next generation, into this fleet.
Yeah, I learned a lot about high professional sailing and strategy and tactical things here on the boat. Especially I did my 3 first coastals here, which was quite interesting. And I learned to sail in a big team. It's great fun.
I learned a lot of things because I didn't sail a lot on this year, so for me it's really, really cool.
Race number 7 is the penultimate race off the regatta. The breeze is 20 knots from an axis of 285 on the start line. All the pressure is bubbling up on the last day. Quantum Racing are 2 points in the lead. Preveza and Ran are serious contenders. On the start line, Quantum Racing start well, 1/3 down from the boat end of the line. At the pin end, it's Azura and Brunellasek. A drag race to the left in 20 knots of breeze. Preveza start badly and have to clear out to the unfavoured right side. Up the beat, it's between Brunellasek, Quantum Racing and Azura. That is the order at the top mark. The breeze eases very slightly on the second downwind. Brunellasek get their first win off the regatta. Quantum Racing in second and Azura in third. Well, the final race is about drama, 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 and Quantum Racing lead into the last race with a 6-point margin. 3 boats are tied up for second. Ran, Preveza and Brunellasek all on the same points. The breeze builds again just after the start. There's 22 knots on the first beat. Azura make the best start of the week, get out to the left early, and with pace they lead up the first beat. Brunellasek are good, Quantum are good. Azura lead on the top mark. They're launched downwind and sail clear on the run. Quantum Racing round the leeward gate in touch with Preveza. They're really in a nice strong position. The regatta title seems to be theirs, but in a few dramatic moments the forestage strop gives way and the mast is jeopardised, and Quantum Racing have to pull out of the race and their regatta title is over. At the top mark then, Preveza look to have the regatta title then, but their shackle fails on the spinnaker and they lose out as well as Ran Racing scoot past them, and the regatta title is Ran Racing's. So huge disappointing for Quantum Racing and for Preveza, but it's an elation for Ran Racing winning their first regatta since 2016.
As I said, that's what we're here for, and we knew that we had lots of improvements on how we sailed the boat, and we had potential to win, but it was really close at coming down to the last downwind, so it feels really good.
Feels a little bit unlucky. If I tell you that we are still happy, it will not be true. But we are relatively happy that we sail well. Bad luck is bad luck. We were rounding the windward mark, totally in control to finish second and win the championship. The Tilaska decided to open and not cooperate. Yeah, that's life.
We had a gear failure inside the boat, and the same thing that happened to Alegre happened to us. Probably what made it a little bit different between us and Alegre is we stopped the boat instantly. As soon as it went bang, we went head to wind, and it was so windy that we started going reverse really quickly. So we very quickly got the boat going about 7 knots in reverse, and that probably saved the mast from it falling down. We had about, 12 minutes of racing left. But, well, it is hard to take.
So the final standings: in first, Ran Racing on 34, second Brunellasek 35, Quantum Racing on 38, Azura on 39, also on 39 are Gladiator, and also on 39 are Preveza. Well, a very dramatic regatta it's been here in Porto Cervo for the 52 Super Series. A real emotional roller coaster from first to last, all the way through the regatta. A good win for RAN Racing in the end, and a very big disappointment for Quantum Racing and for Provezza on the last day. But the racing's been incredibly close all the way through. Really, any one of 5 or 6 boats could have won, and that's what we carry forward to Puerto Portals in Mallorca. Join us for the next regatta on the 52 Super Series.
Well, this is the second time that Boat International have run a SuperYacht Regatta at the America's Cup. We're really excited to be in Bermuda. We've got a fantastic fleet of 20 boats, including the biggest J-class fleet ever assembled. So we're looking forward to some fair wins, some safe and competitive sailing to win a fantastic trophy.
This is a wonderful event. It is something that we have aspired to for many, many years. We are in awe that these wonderful yachts would love to come to Bermuda to sail, and we want to make this happen all the time. What they're bringing to Bermuda to let all of our youth sailors in Bermuda see how professional everyone is and what boats they can get on. We are promoting sailing to all kids in Bermuda as much as possible.
Well, we got 3 days of some pretty spectacular SuperYacht racing. It should be something new, something Bermuda hasn't seen. You combine it with an America's Cup, of course, and it's pretty special. There are worse places to stop off and do a little SuperYacht racing.
The America's Cup should be a celebration of sail, and you've got all these spectacular boats have come into town, not only enjoying the America's Cup racing, but they're also having their own racing and enjoying the festivities themselves. In the future, there's no question that the America's Cup SuperYacht Regatta is an important part of the event going forward.
Gorgeous sailing conditions in Bermuda, beautiful place to sail, beautiful boats, and then being near the America's Cup always makes it a lot of fun.
It is a place a lot of people knew already, but now everybody on Earth knows where is the Bermuda Triangle, in fact.
It's been really special, both watching the America's Cup, but also in our own way being able to take part in it.
That was the America's Cup we just won, wasn't it?
Nice to win this regatta. Well, our owner has done a fantastic job just driving the bus, because he's become a long way. We beat the other guys who are around over here.
The winner of the America's Cup SuperYacht Regatta Trophy in 2017, hailing from the J class, Lion
We've been working super hard for years on this, really, so it's a nice one to win.
Latest is that the conditions on Block Island Sound have not changed. Minimum visibility, under 100 feet of visibility, and we don't know when that's going to lift. Based on that information, we've called it a day because we have a pretty good forecast for the next 4 days.
The combination of 20 knots of breeze and only 100 foot of visibility in the fog, Dick Neville decided to call the racing off at 11 o'clock this morning. Elizabeth and I caught up with some sailors to hear about why they love Block Island and what they're going to do for the rest of the day.
There is a group getting ready to do some kiteboarding out there this afternoon. I know they're getting ready to get that one going.
And what do you love about Block Island?
The competition.
I've stayed just seeing all the really cool boats out here and getting to kind of like walk around and see everybody that I know from the sailing world.
It's a great event. Normally it's a little less foggy out.
It's kind of like a throwback event. You know, it's like going back in history. It really hasn't changed that much. The island hasn't changed.
The sailors can pick what they want to do. If they want to come and do windward lewards, we've got the one designs. If they want to sail around government marks and set marks, they can come do the pursuit starts in a performance cruising and sail with their family. And we do have that around the island that everyone will participate in and everybody looks forward to.
Monday started off pretty slow, no racing, heavy fog.
And so it gave me the opportunity to ride my bike around the island. I went to both the lighthouses.
Riding the bike up past the lighthouse, and then there's some sandy trails right on the edge of the bluffs, which are really pretty.
Tuesday we finally got on the water. We had a late start. We ended up battling the big breeze pretty well.
Wednesday was awesome. Got one race in, got to go around the island.
It was fantastic, super fun ride, really fast, not so wet, but really wild at times, and yeah, we had a blast. It was super fun. Great team, really happy to be here, and we definitely weren't expecting the fog. Kind of just sailed into a wall of whiteness and had to figure out where we were going, but the team did a great job, and we were able to come out with a good finish, so it was awesome.
It's a really cool race being able to spend 45 minutes going 14 plus downwind.
And then Thursday, we got 3 races in, which was fabulous, beautiful conditions. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Friday was great. Sailing was fantastic. The winds were more than we thought. The Storm Tricycle group did a fantastic job. It was very competitive. It doesn't get much better. It's pretty nice sailing up here.
I really enjoy a longer event, you know, being able to plan and spend time with the team, you know, for more than just a weekend. There's not very many events that are over 3 days long, and I think Block Island's one of them, and it's a great event because of that.
This is the first time ever that I have competed in Block Island. I'm starting to feel more at home here.
Storm Tricycle Club always does a fabulous job putting this event together, and it's like a highlight of the year.
This is the Oracle 10 USA loft. Traditionally in an America's Cup team, this is where you build all the sails. Now that the sails are one design, we buy them all completed from North Sails. And this is where they do all the service work on the sails and any work that needs to be done on anything cloth related on the boat.
We took a decision early on in this cup cycle that the sails, that all teams would be one design. So that means they're the same shape, same structure, same details, so that the sails are identical. Those sails are just about to be built in Minden, Nevada for all the teams together in one big group.
You know, everything you see in here is, you know, as I normally tell people, you don't go to Costco and buy it. Everything is designed, engineered, and built in this facility. We only do 3D manufacturing here. Started with 3DL, and in the last, few years, we've been moving into 3DI.
3DI has become a real industry standard. It lays down tapes that creates what we call a matrix, which is the structure of the sail. It's very efficient because you can build up the density of the tapes in the corners where the loads are higher and along the leach, and you can do orientation of the tapes to design the way that the sail deforms under load to be in the optimum shape as the sail goes through the wind range.
3DI is really pushing the boundaries of any sail that we've made so far. One of the things that really enables us to make the high-end product that we have are the materials that we're using. Carbon fiber, Aramid, and Dyneema are very lightweight, high strength, high stiffness fibers.
The America's Cup is part of our DNA. There's always been a very high emphasis on technology and scientific approach. It's all about high performance, it's all about technology pushing to the finer edge, you know, the very pointy end of the business.
The Centennial Transat, the transatlantic race, now called the Bridge, from Saint-Nazaire in France to New York, started in spectacular fashion on Saturday, 100 years after the American troops arrived on the coast of France. To celebrate, there's a race across the Atlantic with the super lineup, Queen Mary II, against 4 French large super trimarans. The trimarans were faster off the mark, but the Queen Mary II is a very big favourite to be there on Saturday at the finishing line in New York after the 3,152 miles. Trimarans are Mod 70s, the fastest and leading boats in the French trimaran fleet, and they include Audi Sports with Francis Joyan, Massif with one-day Globe winner Francois Gabat, whilst on board the ship there's French favourite sailors such as Alain Gauthier, Bruno Peyron, Samantha Davies, Jean Le Cam. It was a quiet start to the race, and the Queen Mary II took off at warp speed, whilst the trimarans were just left in the little breeze. However, the next day they made amends as the wind picked up and they chased the ship heading towards New York. The Queen Mary II looks unstoppable, but on Tuesday the trimarans were catching up very fast. In the front, there was Francis Joyan in IDEC, followed by Francois Gabat in Macif. Neck and neck, both making over 30 knots. The little fleet headed north just west of the British Isles to get through the anticyclonic depression that faced them, and away from the Bay of Biscay start. All 4 had tacked west. At 1900, Joyan was leading Gabat by 13 miles with 2,351 miles to go. But unlike the Queen Mary II heading directly to New York at 24 knots, the trimarans were having to square the Great Circle route. Meanwhile, Sedibo, with Thomas Covell at the helm, lost ground overnight and in the morning and was 85 miles behind. Actual with Isla Vivek was 200 miles behind, but gradually revving up over 30 knots. We now take you to footage on board Francis Joyan's world record winning yacht, Audi Sports, the Mod 70 trimaran, reaching well over 30 knots on its way to New York.
C'est bon, Vic, t'as la situation sous contrôle?
Here is the World on Water's 35th America's Cup report.
Oracle's chewed up a little bit of this lead, though. There's no doubt about it on this leg.
Really, really shifty, puffy day. I mean, fantastic conditions, really, to sail in, but very, very tricky, and it was extremely difficult to cover your opponent. and extremely difficult to break away. It was very much a game of snakes and ladders a lot of the time, and you just had to sort of consolidate when you could, but take the gains when they were there. So probably one of the trickiest days we've actually had, I think, sailing here on the Great Sound. What sort of gave us a good opportunity to sail the shifts reasonably well off the cuff was the fact that we got off the start line very well in both the races today.
Oracle tacked into a position they thought was going to be good. They couldn't accelerate, and all of a sudden Team New Zealand has Oracle in a really bad spot.
Definitely we've been putting a lot of thought into it, spending a lot of hours in the classroom kind of trying to analyse the best way of starting these boats, and I don't think anyone's really started these boats a lot, and I feel like today we really put a few of the things we've learned into fruition, and we're really happy with the improvements we made. And no, we feel pretty confident when we do get to that reaching mark first that we can hold on for race wins. We've been in this situation before, still a long way to go, and I'm very, very proud of how the boys sailed the boat today, so some great gains there. We're pretty happy with the way we managed to take 2 race wins today, but I'm sure the last one will be the hardest, and that's what we've been aiming for the 3 years, to win that final race, and we're just excited we've got the opportunity to do that now.
100% fly time, up on the foils for the entirety of the race. And the Kiwis hurtling across the finish line and hurtling into match point in the America's Cup. Their dream close to being a reality now.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's not without its adversity along the way, but right now every day feels like it was worth it. The guys sailed brilliantly today, perfectly composed. I mean, it's a victory for the country. We're a little nation. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant day for New Zealand.
It's been a massive journey for the whole team, and to think back sort of 3 or 4 years ago where we were, where we've come from, and to come through as a fantastic group to, against all odds, win this bloody trophy. I think it's an absolute credit to the people that were involved right across the board, every department. It's been a massive journey, and the feelings of relief and sort of, I guess, great satisfaction are probably the feelings that I do have at the moment. So just very, very proud of all the guys. The boys sailed brilliantly today and over the past week. And for myself as the skipper and wing trimmer, very, very proud of the whole team.
We're just blown away. It's always been the goal to come here and try and win these 8 races, but to be able to do it today in the style we did. And it's something that this group's been through a lot, and to be able to do this, bring the cup back home to New Zealand, this means the world for us.
There's just so many people in this team, so many people that put everything in their whole lives towards trying to make our boat faster, and not just this campaign, but every campaign before in Team New Zealand. And like I said, to be able to now repay them and bring it back to NZ's something I'm really proud of all the guys, and just stoked to be part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present the America's Cup to Emirates Team New Zealand!
North Sails, the exclusive sailmaker to the America's Cup and Southern Spars, the builder of Emirates Team New Zealand's winning yacht, would like to congratulate skipper Glenn Ashby, helmsman Peter Burling, CEO Grant Dalton, and all of the phenomenal members of Emirates Team New Zealand for dominating the 2017 America's Cup. North Technology Group is exceptionally proud to be a small part of your huge success and can't wait to see the path in which you launch the Cup going forward. Congratulations to all, and have fun celebrating, New Zealand.